One of the best things that we do is work with young people. We see about 40 to 50 young people a year who are in kind of crisis. If a young person struggling with their own addiction, their own dependency, we'll work with them to how it's affecting their life, what it is that is making them want to choose to stop. We'll try and find the motivation behind it. It might well be that they're isolated from their friends, they might have turned to stealing to fund the habit. They might be vulnerable and they might realise it, so ideally we want them to work with us and be motivated enough to want to change. The way we do that is offering them some really bespoke one-to-one support. We'll meet them in school if they prefer, so nobody knows where they're going. Sometimes young people come and see us on the way to school or on the way back from school. They'll work with a worker, they'll see them regularly, weekly, and we'll text them and we'll talk to them by telephone.
Guys, I've got a drugs quiz. The ones who get the most right get to pick of my activities. So I've got a drugs box activity for you to have a look at. I have got some driving. I have got a walk the line game where you can put the beer goggles on and see if you can walk the line without setting my alarms off. I've got some little cars so you can do some drink driving, what it would be like. So I want you to go upstairs and set a course up. Or what about, can you get in when you've gone home in the dark and you've got your dark beer goggles on? Can you open your door? So they're only daft little games, but you guys can basically have a shot of these when you do the quiz and have a bit of fun. Here are your beer goggles. Right. So see if you can drive the course.
Right.
Okay.
Work with them on a programme of change, basically helping them understand what's maybe driving them to use that substance, what are they getting from that experience, are they using it to kind of cope with exam stresses, childhood bereavement, something like that, and then we'll try and help them find a more resourceful way really of trying to tackle and deal with the situation.
My name is Jen Mars and I have been working for CADAS for over 20 years now, and at this time I'm the community adult and young people's worker. The services that I provide for young people is going out into schools, colleges and training centres, delivering drug and alcohol awareness sessions and training and qualifications for them to build upon their own knowledge, find out a little bit more and to be able to become more resourceful about their own healthy lifestyle choices.
So shall we just move along this way and do you want to talk a little bit about what your group thought?
I'm Emma and I am the North Service Manager for CADAS and I'm responsible for the young person's service across the whole of the county. In the training for professionals, we are building people's confidence to have those conversations that might feel a little bit tricky, to not be afraid to have those conversations, to know what to do when those conversations come up. So do people need to call the police? Do they need to confiscate any items? Those are always frequently asked questions.
But if it's like relevant to anything that's going on in their lives, they just tend to pay a little bit more attention, like they're a little bit more interested.
There's lots of interactive activities within the practitioner course that the participants can then take away and use in the group work with their young people, and it's very similar to the activities that we would deliver when we were going out and delivering our group work, so they get the resources that we would deliver and the ability to deliver them in their own workplaces.
And the most rewarding thing about my role as Chief Exec is the stories and reading the impact case studies that we get from young people once they've had some of that really in-depth support. It's absolutely heartwarming to hear that young people have maybe gone back into education if they've opted out of it, that they've maybe connected with some of the family, that they're feeling somehow that they've kind of got their life back on track. It's really rewarding for me because I think if we could support a young person whilst they're young, it might mean that we never see them as an adult again. So it's a really amazing piece of prevention work, and I think that's really valuable.